Hey friends and family, welcome to Marcie Creates. This is Marcie, and today I'm going to be working with the gorgeous Didi's bead box. Stella got her groove back. Absolutely fun. I was so excited to get it. I've been itching to get to this. I am definitely a 60s and 70s child, and I love tie-dye and peace signs and anything groovy. This mood bead made me so happy. I used to have a mood ring. I don't know about you, but I can't stop playing with this. I love all the colors. And can we talk for a minute about the gorgeous pendants made by Beth Sullivan? I think everyone's is different. Mine's super cool. This reminds me of, I don't know if you remember the paint. You used to do it at fairs, I think. You put a flat piece of paper on like a turntable, and then it spins real fast, and you drip the paint, and it makes these really cool designs. That's what this reminds me of. And also those 60s flowers up here kind of looks like that. So today we'll definitely be using that. I'm going to do a necklace. I'm also going to be using some SoftFlex medium bead wire in this red jasper color. I thought that coordinated nicely. I have pulled a few things. I took most of the beads from the really pretty strand. Now, I know a lot of people did unboxings, so I didn't do one, but I did a lot of pre-work. I have these components that I made out of the rondelles and these crystals, and I just mixed the colors up, and I have a bunch of those. We're going to string those, probably most of them. And then I pulled out of my stash some brass findings and beads and spacer beads, and then of course some bead caps. But I did like the little touches of gold, so I did pull some gold bead caps as well. And then I just kind of pulled some colors that coordinated with our pendant, so that I know I'm pulling those. There's this little stringy still on there, so that I know that they coordinate. But we are going to be introducing some blue. This really pretty amazonite. I love the variations in it. So I grabbed the ones that kind of were the most pale blue, or green, as it were, to kind of pick up the aquas and the greens in these. So my idea today is a multi-strand, really crazy necklace. We'll see how it goes. I just went wild with my seed beads too up here. I don't know what I'm going to do with those yet, but I just wanted to have them available in case something strikes me. We'll see. I think I have an idea, but I'm not. We'll just have to go from there. But I'm thinking 3 strands today. You know, some strands will be more elaborate than others, but for now, I want to go ahead and make my focal. So we have this really gorgeous pendant, and I was in the process of thinking about how I wanted to hang that, and I think I want to make like a wire wrapped loop. And I thought, this is cool, the little sun shaped check bead, and then maybe we could grab this. I love this too. I can't wait to play with this. Either this green or blue. I think I'm going to go with the green. It's picking up more of those. So I just wanted to hang this. I've got some 20 gauge bronze, which I thought would look nice with this grouping. And also we're going to use the leather that came in the box, and we're going to use, like I said, some SoftFlex. It's going to be like a little mixed media project. And then I found these. These are from a bargain bead box. I thought they'd be kind of fun to connect some of our strands. And then I found these. Oops. I love these pieces, these connectors. And look at these beads I found. They have almost the same pattern. So we're going to be using those as well. And then I just have little round ones. and some little square shaped ones. So we'll see. Probably not going to use everything, but I just wanted choices. So for now, I'm going to do wire wrapped focal piece. Let me move some of this stuff over so we have room. Yeah, but I really love these. They're cool. And then these little flowers are gorgeous. And how amazing are those? And they're very lightweight. Those are fun too. I really love the box, as you can tell. Now, I know a lot of people have already done unboxings and whatnot, so I'm playing catch up. And stay tuned tomorrow. We're going to be week 4 in our goddess series. I'm trying to think what goddess I picked. I can't remember off the top of my head. Okay, so I'm thinking I need to make a pretty big loop. So did I mention this was 20 gauge? This is 20 gauge bronze. And I think I'm going to use my bail making. These are the larger of the two that I have. So I've got plenty of room to hang that pendant. So a nice big round place to hang that from. I need to go look on over in the Didi D-Stash group, because I want to see, you know, the pendants. I want to see all the other pendants that people got. So just gonna wire wrap this. I think that's kind of neat that everybody gets a different look. Kind of made that too short, but I think I can work with it. Hope y'all are doing well. This week blew by. It's our fiscal month end at the day job, and it was super busy. Whew, I'm glad this week's over. It's like running a marathon. I don't know why I'm having so much trouble with this. There we go. I think I made my end a little too short. But the 20 gauge is easier to work with than the 18, so I think I can manage. But if you're doing this, then give yourself a little more than I did. So that hangs nicely. I like that. Now let's add our bead. Love this. And this is going to hang, you know, kind of off center a little bit. But again, this is like the boho, you know, look. Yeah, I'm trying to think what to do with the, that mood bead. It's so cool. Definitely needs to be in the front of something. Maybe I'll put it on a bracelet. That way you can play with it. Because that's what I used to do with that mood ring. I was always fiddling with it. Okay. So a little loopy. Let me put that in the back. All right. We have had a week of rain. Not heavy rain, But we're supposed to finally see the sun again tomorrow. We'll see. But I've held off on taking a few pictures of some of my finished items because I have a mannequin that's right by a window, and I want the natural light, and I haven't had any. So there's our pendant. And I think we're going to string that on some SoftFlex. Let's see. Love all these check beads. These are really cool. I love those. And of course, I love anything table cut. And then these are really interesting colors, the greens and the blues again. Really pretty. Gorgeous. So here, I think I'm gonna do about this long. Remember, we're gonna do 3 a multi-strand, so and we should probably attach that to one of these guys. I do have crimp covers, so I'm just grab the first crimps I could find, which are, they're silver, but we won't see those. All right. So let's see. Thank you for all the nice comments last week. I haven't gotten back to everybody, but I will. I'm glad you're liking the Goddess series. It's really fun. I love learning stuff like that too. And there's quite a few goddesses in some of these mixes that you'll see tomorrow that I've never even heard of. So that's been an education. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I have a goddess series I'm doing for the next 10 weeks, and tomorrow will be week 4. All right. I just want to get that attached so I could string. So let's see. Let me move this guy over. So I kind of want to straight up do, this is going to be the bottom layer. Let me move that up there. Actually, let me scooch in a little. So I'm going to do just a straight stringing. And you know, normally I go on either side. This time I'm not gonna have this whole thing beaded, just some of it. So you will see the SoftFlex is going to be part of the design. So let's see. And I also want bead caps. So my thought was, let me grab some of these. And a little bit of gold, because I like the little pops of gold that was in the check strand. Let's see. All right. So, amazonite. And a bead cap. Actually, I think I want to do a red, a bead cap, the amazonite. Come back here, mister. The beads are so polished, they're slippery. I don't know, that doesn't bode well. You know how I drop things. Like I need slippery beads, right? Stay tuned. We'll see what happens. All right, let's do a green. I don't have any rhyme or reason. I'm just thinking out loud here. I'm going to do just a little short pattern and see if I like it. That's cute. Maybe I'll put one of these donuts. I call them donuts. I think they're rondelles. They're kind of a frosty color. Frosty. Let's do a Hawaiian flower. Let's do another green. That is so 70s, that avocado green. Remember? Tupperware was in that color. Oh my. Let's do a little pop of gold. Maybe not yet. I want to do the gold with these really pretty, like, grayish teal beads. Let's grab this guy. And got more beads over here. Let me grab a yellow. Then we'll grab these teal guys, and then we'll grab our focal and we'll see how that looks. But this, I just giggled when I opened this box. I just thought, this is so much fun, and I'm so happy to be working with it today. All right, let's see. And I knew when I opened it, the SoftFlex was going to be fabulous with it. So that's cool. I think I like that. It is going to be longer than this, but just for the sake of stringing, I'm making it a little bit close for now. Also, so you can see, oh, it'd be nice if I move this up so you can see what I'm doing here. Sorry about that. I'm going to hold this up in just a minute. So here's what we have so far. So we've got these table cut beads and the amazonite and our focal bead. And now I'm just going to go up the other side, just like I did here. These little faceted barrel beads are pretty too. Something very fun and funky about this mix. Some more of our avocado green. Amazonite. Just keep going. Then I'll decide how long I want to make this. A little bead cap. And make sure I didn't miss any beads. I did. Look at that. It just never fails. Yeah. Take 2. This is why I said that. It's exactly why I said it. You know your girl gets to yapping. Happens every time. Oh, man. I'm so glad I can amuse myself. Cheap entertainment. Okay. Yeah, but y'all, I blinked and this week went by. It went by fast. A little alarming, if you ask me. And we're going to check this again. Okay, let's see. Looking good. Okay, so how long do we want this? Because the other strands are going to have to be shorter. Let's just use the whole thing, I think. And I just want to make these loops as close. They're not going to be perfect, but you just want to make them close. And I'm trying to make them not too tight so that we have lots of movement in the necklace. I don't know about y'all, but I'm so sick of reruns. Seems like they cut the winter in half. It's like after the Super Bowl. I'm like, I don't want to wait that long. But I did catch, I don't know if you all like murder mystery type stuff or supernatural type stuff, but I'm a big Jodie Foster fan, and True Detective is in their 4th season, which is really great if you haven't seen it and you like that type of thing. But she's in this one, and it's called Night Country. And I saw an interview with her. I guess she's been doing interviews, you know, because it's out. I think 3rd episode's on tomorrow night, Sunday. And it is so intriguing and interesting. The backdrop is Alaska when the sun doesn't come up, you know, however long that is. They actually filmed it in Iceland, but everything's, you know, it's dark the whole time because, you know, you're up in that part of the planet. And so that atmosphere just adds to the spookiness of the stuff going on. But she basically plays a detective, and there's like a like a scientist community doing a lot of research, and all of the scientists go missing. And she has to figure out what's going on. It's pretty darn good. I recommend it. There is, you know, adult themes in there, so I don't recommend kids watching it, if you get my drift. Okay, so now let me show you this. So I was playing around. I had some ideas, but I made a whole bunch of these components, and I'm going to show you what they look like. They're all different, but they're just wire wrapped with the rondelles and these really pretty crystals. And I used a ball head pin, and I didn't want, you know, to take up a lot of time on the video making these up. So I just made them up ahead of time so that I could concentrate on just making the necklace. But all of these are very different, and I thought it'd be really cool and add texture if I put some, let me just see if it's gonna, and I really hadn't thought about how many, but whatever I don't use for the necklace, I'll probably use in a bracelet and possibly some earrings. But I just kind of liked the idea of just a big cluster of these hanging. Thoughts? You know, that could be our next layer. What do we think? Let's give it a try. So again, we're going to use our SoftFlex. And this time, of course, we want it to be shorter. Let me move these over. And the other question is, do I want to do the cluster? Maybe I should do it up here, the third one. Okay, so let's do the second one. I think I want something simpler in between our focal kind of strand. Hang on, guys, let me move this camera. I hope that's better. I don't know why I'm set up so crazy. All right, so I think we'll do a simpler strand here. And this time, I may try to bead it up higher just to give it some, or maybe not. Well, we'll see. I think I'm going to use some more brass too. It's going to be simpler, is what I'm saying. So let's see, how long do we want to make this? Probably should have pre-measured, but I'm a design on the fly kind of gal. Okay, so loop. I think I want it to hang like no more than there. We'll cut that piece. Oh no, we want half. That's the one side. Woo! Those almost became earrings. Sorry, having a traffic jam in my brain. Okay. There we go. You know, it occurs to me I could have probably attached this to the other. But it's too late now, so. I don't think I'm gonna attach these quite yet. I think I'm just gonna string it, and I'm gonna do a simple strand. So I like these bicones. I think just like bicones and a spacer bead, and maybe just a couple of these guys. And then what do we want to do here? I don't think I want the big round. I have these little squares that I thought would be neat. So we will string with those. All right, we'll start there. I'm gonna grab a bead buddy so I don't this that way the beads don't go flying. You could probably put a stopper bead too. All right, so our little pretty spacer bead with the sun. Let me just pour some of these out. And I'm just gonna string just very simple. I have so many boxes, you guys. You're gonna be seeing, I don't know, you might see a video every day this week from me, possibly. Now that I'm past month end. It's a toughie in the winter too, because we sell food, my company does, and to like restaurants and just all over the place. Hospitals, schools. Well, schools are out at Christmas, you know, winter break. People are broke from shopping for the holidays, so January hits and everybody's in sticker shock, so they don't want to go out to eat. So it ends up being very slow in some ways. Okay. Let's see. How many is that? 11 on one side, and I think I'm going to do, this one's going in the middle, and then I'm going to do 11 on this side. Grab some more cubes. You know, these little cubes, these are like little things I pick up on Bargain Bead Box, because you just always kind of need, you know, a little something between the beads sometimes. And that shape looks kind of nice with these facets, I think. So, I mean, when they have sales, if you're not shopping on Bargain Bead Box, you should. It's worth it, because you can get really good. If you get their box, it's 30% off. They're already low prices. And things like findings and, you know, clasps and spacer beads is just really nice way to round out your stash. Okay. What did I say, 11? I think I did. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. Mm-hmm. I like these little cubes. Oh, that's the 11th one. Okay. So then we need another coin bead. All right. Okay. And you know what? I'm not going to attach anything. In fact, I'm probably going to take those off of those rings because I'm thinking about how I'm going to attach all of this, and I'm not sure the original way that I wanted to attach it is the way I wanted to attach it. If that makes any sense. Probably not. I'm sorry. It'll make more sense once I get more into this. So for the last strand, that's when I wanted to do these crazy guys. So again, actually, let me, I guess we're okay. I'm just going to give this a once over. That's looking cool. And lots of stuff right there. So, And then the question is, do I want to do leather for that? Yeah. I cut it in two because I thought about doing a bracelet with some of the leather. I wanted to use these two. Okay, I'm thinking and thinking. Maybe we'll do the leather. No. All right. Let's string these on and then we'll. So there's no rhyme or reason to this. I'm just grabbing a whole bunch of these. Like I said I made a lot, but I just think they make a fun, interesting little texture. I know what to do. Okay, I think I know what to do here. The question is, how many do I want? Ooh, that's fun. Ooh, that's fun. I think I want a few more. But see, like the rest of these I can use on the bracelet, which I thought would be really cute with this. All right, let's see. I don't have a lot of orange in here. Let's grab an orange one. Let's add another green. I just love that texture. Isn't that fun? In fact, what if we tie this? So they stay like that. No. Oh dear, how am I get? Where's the, no, oh, Like, where's the knot? Maybe, I know what we'll do. We use these brass spacers have nice big holes. I think yeah, that's gonna work nice. Okay, let me do some of these brass big round beads. We'll do like 5 on each side. Or maybe 3. Let's do 3. This is our shortest. And then maybe we can do a knot. Just a overhanded knot. Just to keep them in place. This is where I'm experimenting, so. That's pretty cool. So that way they kind of stay in a cluster is what I'm trying to do. Cool. I am going to take these off of here. Don't scream. It's only wire and crimp beads. And this is going to happen. Sometimes you're going to have a grand idea and then you're going to start making something and it's not working out. Well, you have the right to change direction any old time you feel like it. I won't tell. All right, so let me get the crimp bead off of here. We need to connect all these together. And my thought is to find a larger crimp bead that will accommodate. I think I'm going to attach the 2 SoftFlex together and then add the leather with a larger crimp bead. So let me pull that off. Okay, so let's just lay this out. Let me push this stuff back. Back. I really like these. I may change my mind and use those, but we'll see. So, if we come in here, could do a loop like that. I just want to make sure that they're gonna hang right. That needs to come up a little. I want more space. So maybe I'll attach here. Oh, you know what? What if we did this? Used a common bead. I think I can get 2 of these in these queen beads. If not, I know I can get them into those large hole. Oh, there we go. Large hole spacer beads. Look at that. I love it when a plan comes together. Okay, so we have this. And let's see if we could do the other side. Now we have control over how that hangs. Okay. Now we need to even it up. Oop. What do we think? I'm going to move the camera again. Sorry if I'm making you dizzy. I'm just trying to make sure that this stuff is going to hang right. And then we've got this guy right here. Okay, let's crimp the two pieces on the SoftFlex together. This is going to be where the rubber meets the road. We're going to see. And you know what? I can hide probably all that with one of these big round, big hole beads right there. So I'm just eyeballing this, but I think we're good. Let me do this side first. Hold your breath. Drum roll, please. It's nice that the bead kind of keeps these together. That is very helpful. Okay. Sometimes the most challenging part of a design isn't what you're strung, but how you connect it. Especially if you're using a mixed media approach like this. You know, you kind of have a vision in your head, but it may not work out. I mean, you may have to rethink how you're attaching something, and that's kind of part of the design process. And since I've never really done this kind of thing before, I am learning along with you on this video what works and what doesn't. But I figure if I do it and you see me work through the problem, then A, you won't be afraid to try new things, and B, you've seen it done at least once where it worked or semi-worked. Or maybe you're thinking to yourself, well, you know, I would attach it this way or that way. And by all means, give that a try. And if you find a better way, you know, share. I love to learn from others. And if something's working for you, I don't know what happened with that crimp bead, but we're not going to see it anyway. So there we go. We got the two layers. Let me grab one of these. I'm wondering if I can cover those crimps instead of with a crimp bead. I gotta squish him some more. He didn't really squish right. Okay. Look at that. You can't see it now. Woohoo! Eureka! All right. Whew. All right. We're almost there, guys. So maybe what we want to do now is, actually, let me straighten up this leather. I'm going to cut that extra so we're dealing with the right length. Okay. Yeah. That's quite fun. It kind of looks like a sea creature, doesn't it? Like a, I don't know, a coral reef or a, I don't know what I'm thinking of. Sea urchin, maybe? It's kind of wild. All right, so how do we want to attach these now? I mean, the leather to the... I think I said I was going to try to find a bigger crimp bead. I'm going to go look for that. I know I have some. I just got to find them. And I will be right back. Okay, I found larger crimp covers. I mean, crimp beads. These are number 4. Number 4 size crimp beads, and they fit perfectly on this leather. I did this side already, so let me tell you what I did. I had 2 strands of the SoftFlex. We only need 1 strand because we already crimped under here. We've got the bead covering it, so we really only needed 1 strand. So to make things simpler and less complicated, I cut the shorter of the strands on the SoftFlex, and then I kind of laid my leather the way I think I would like it, which in this case is probably going to be like this. I'm just gonna push these together just to make sure. So somewhere right there. And it is a little bit of a tight fit because this crimp fits really nicely on the leather, but adding that tiny bit of SoftFlex, you have to work it through, but it's actually nice because it kind of pinches it for you and keeps everything in place. And then guess what? These brass beads with the large holes cover that up. So I am going to do that here on this side as well. And again, you have to kind of work it through. I kind of twisted mine with my thumb and forefinger until it kind of grabbed the leather. And then once you get it worked down, see how that's coming through there? Once it starts working down, then you can grab it and slide it, which is nice because now I can play with how much room I want and make this a little more even. So I'm liking that. So we're gonna crimp right above this. I just wanna make sure this isn't gonna hang crazy. That looks to be about right. All right, so then I took and these are bigger, so it takes more, a little more pressure when you're crimping. But the other nice thing is, so I want my leather on the inside. See how my SoftFlex, because that way it'll hang nicer, so I can kind of zhuzh it a little to get it where I want it to be before I actually crimp down on it. And since the leather wants, I want that on the inside, then I'm gonna have the leather on the inside of the crimp and the SoftFlex on the outside, and then we're just gonna crimp. And again, it's gonna take more effort to crimp this one. But it's doable. Okay, just press that really good. And then we're going to take our big hole brass bead, and we're going to cover the crimp that we just made. Oh. All right. So that's fun. So I think I want to add one more of these brass beads. Then we're going to attach it to those loops. Actually, let me cut this leather. Okay. You could put a little glue there if you don't feel like that's secure. I'm putting this bead here so it kind of hides those the rough edge of the leather that I just cut. All right. Now we can add this if we want, or these. And I think I'm going to add these instead of the loops. And so for that, we just need a couple more crimps. And we're gonna attach come back here. It's inside the bead. That's funny. Okay. So let's rethink this. So the bead was swallowing up my crimp. So I'm going to take my little square spacers so that doesn't happen. And I'm going to put those on here so it doesn't, now it shouldn't eat our crimp bead. There we go. Eureka again. Oh, come on. Nothing wants to work today. Cooperate, please. Sometimes you got to tell your beads who's boss, and sometimes you have to coax them. All right. And I think we're going to do chain at the very end of this. I just think that'll be easier. I'm trying to think of what chain I have. I know I've got brass chain. I always have a lot left over from those bargain bead boxes. And I think I may put a dab of glue right in here just so these don't slide after all of it is made. And I'll probably hang it on a bust before I do that, so gravity helps me. Multi-strand necklaces are a little bit extra work just from the engineering standpoint, but I think the effect is worth it. Working with a little bit shorter strand of this SoftFlex on this side, so it's a little bit more fiddly trying to get that string in there. I would say make sure you got plenty. If I were to do this again, I would use an even longer strand. I know there's some waste, but you can always use the scraps to make tassels or dangles, or even, you know, small earrings, or, you know, there's lots you can do with your SoftFlex scraps. Okay, so if that happens, don't despair if you got to use more. All right, so push this down. What do we think so far? Let me just pull this up. Let me do this. Now I see this might be a little off center. You can always move your knot up. And I think that'll be fine. Let me grab some chain and I'll be right back. Okay, so I found some chain and we're just gonna attach it with some jump rings. And I have this really pretty brass toggle clasp, also from Bargain Bead Box, which we're gonna add on the back of this. So let's see, let's get some jump rings. And I don't know, these have kind of a double. I think I'm gonna grab one of these really big jump rings to attach. I've not seen a toggle clasp like that, where it's got two. The bar has it too. Two little deals on there, but I think that'll work. Let's do that first and make sure it works. But yeah, most of my brass stuff I get from Bargain Bead Box. Either, you know, leftovers from the subscription box, or I like to go on there and shop, especially for findings. Gosh, I hope this works. 'Cause it's kind of funky. Maybe you can only use stringing material. That does not want to go in there. Plan B, guys. Plan B. Let's see, what can we do? I think what we could do is do a lobster claw clasp. So that's usually my go-to anyway. But for now, I'm just going to attach this, just in an effort not to make this video so long. But I'm just basically going to add a lobster claw. I don't have one near me that's this color, but you will see finished jewelry at a later date, and it will be added. The main piece is done. So right now I'm just adding this chain. This is a really cool chain too, because it's got some texture, if you can see. And I don't know where I got the chain. I've had it a while. I think I may have gotten it at either Joann's or Michael's when they were having a sale. I like to pick up components there too, especially chain. Thanks for being patient if you made it to the end of this video. All right, so let's move all this. And let's pretend there's a lobster claw on the end of this, which we've all seen those a million times, so I don't think I'm jipping you out of anything. The main part's done, which is this really pretty necklace, multi-strand. Let me grab it. I will take pictures of it hanging on a bust. It looks to me like I might need to adjust these knots a little bit, but again, I will do that while it's hanging, because gravity will help. Maybe I'll do a little short video of me fixing that. But, you know, I mean, I think it's really fun. I love the texture of doing this kind of cluster thing. I want to do more of that. I'm definitely going to do it in a bracelet, along with this really cool peace sign pendant. I love the check beads. I love the Beth Sullivan pendant. I think it's so fun. I love mixing all the colors. And I think you do kind of need to rest your eye with a little bit of just repetitive pattern. And then, of course, we have these really cool connectors. I was happy I had these beads that kind of coordinate. And I have tons of brass. I don't use it often, so it was nice to be able to pull that out. And then this textured chain. So I think that this turned out pretty cool. So stay tuned for more finished jewelry with this. I have a Sam's box I'm working on. I've got another Jesse James. I'm still working on the Art Deco. That was my mom sneezing. On the Art Deco stuff from SoftFlex that I mixed with Didi's Black Beauty box. So I'm still got some things to show you, the ombre stuff. So I'm trying to get these boxes so I can show you some things that are finished. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for week 4 Goddess project tomorrow, and so on and so forth. I hope you have a great rest of your weekend. Thank you so much for liking, subscribing, tell your friends. Make sure you're still subscribed. Sometimes, I don't know why, you get kicked off your subscriptions. I've had several times where I've had to resubscribe to channels that I subscribe to. So, but I want to thank you for all the kind thoughts. Have a great weekend, like I said. Be safe, take care of your families, and I will see you on the next video.